Hi, I'm Howard Chodak, USPTA Master Professional and author of The 7 Deadly Sins of Doubles. Today we're going to be talking about the forehand punch volley, which is the volley we hit when we're inside the service line or closer. The volley we hit from further back from the net is traditionally called the first volley, and we're going to cover that in a subsequent video. So let's define what we want to accomplish on our volley. So the key foundational skill that we're trying to develop when we learn how to volley is to hit the ball on a line drive to the baseline, regardless of the height we hit the ball at. So I'm trying to hit the ball straight. Even on higher balls, I want the ball to be going deep. So I'm looking for that baseline. The ball does not go straight and deep by accident. So if I can make the ball do that, then I possess some very solid foundational volleying skills. I like to demonstrate shots both ways, even though I'm not a lefty. This also gives you a little bit of an accurate picture of what it would be like for someone who's just learning this skill. So using the same technique, I'm hitting some very nice volleys here. So now that we've established what we want to do with the volley, let's talk about the technique that's going to allow us to accomplish it. We start with the grip. The universal accepted grip is called the continental grip, and it's where the left edge of the racket runs into the V between the first two fingers. And you can see my hand is not directly behind the grip, it's not on top, it's slightly on an angle. And there are some very important reasons why this grip is the way to go. Lefty, now it's the right edge of the racket running into the V between the first two fingers. So there are three major reasons why this grip is important. One is it naturally opens the racket face, okay, which is going to be very important as we get into the specifics. Two, it allows us to not have to change our grip for forehand and backhand volleys. So if we're using one-handed forehand and backhand volleys, then we can keep the same grip, which when the balls are coming faster is pretty important. And same thing for lefties, there and there. If you're volleying with two hands on your backhand, which some of you may be, then it still works, and it allows you to transition from backhand to forehand more easily. The third reason is extremely important, and it's never really discussed. This is one of the reasons why I call this the most misunderstood shot in tennis. And that is, it creates looseness in the racket head. And that's how we're going to transfer energy to the ball. It's really the key to learning how to volley well. And so when we use the grip we all like, many of us, that Eastern forehand grip, creates too strong of a bond between the racket and the hand. So the racket head doesn't move, and we need looseness in that head. So the ready position at the net is a little further in front than at the baseline, and the racket head is higher. Okay, and we'll talk about why that's important in just 1 second. So ground strokes, ready position might be here, net, further in front, and rackets high. Elbows stay out in front of the body, okay? We always want to try to maintain a 45-degree angle between racket head and wrist if we can. Okay, that will become more challenging on some balls, but that's our guideline. So now let's talk about the things that are really going to make a difference. We've got to create the concept of slice. Slice is what happens when we start higher than the contact point, we come down to meet the ball. So now that creates backspin. The ball spins backwards. So backspin, underspin, or slice, all pretty much the same thing. And this concept is critical to us learning how to volley because it means we're attacking the ball. So even when the balls are below the level of the net, we still want to be in that attacking mode to be able to control height. So we lead with the lower edge of the racket, and that's how we're going to create slice. Because if I do this, now I'm just hitting the ball flat. I'm going to hit the ball short or in the net. I'm going to lose control over height. So that's in depth. That's not going to be good. So that's what we do to accomplish height. Set up higher than the ball, come down to make contact with an open face, boom. Now the most important thing is everyone talks about how they don't want you to swing on the volley, but no one says, well, how are we going to create power? And the solution to that is what I call hammering. So when we hammer a nail, we take the head of the hammer back a little bit and we bring it to the nail, which delivers a great amount of force to the head of that nail, drives it into the wall or into the piece of wood. Okay? We don't follow through. We don't put a big hole in the wall. We don't make a big backswing, right? We might, oh, we got our thumb on that one. And we certainly also don't push the handle of the hammer, which is what most people are doing when they're volleying. So we've got to create energy in the head of the racket. That's what the ball is going to respond to. So that's the key to volleying. And when you're watching, that's what you're going to be looking for, is to see how I'm slightly moving the racket head to create a great deal of force, redirect the speed that's coming to me, or adding speed, which I want to do a lot of the time. And the technique to accomplish this is really fairly simple once you understand it, which you will very shortly. Like I said, it bears repeating. The ball does not go straight and deep by accident. So the goal is the same. I'm just trying to show you how this looks for someone who's not as comfortable using this technique, but I'm basically teaching myself how to volley right now, because I do not use my left hand. So I hope you found that helpful. I know you can develop an awesome volley if you use this technique in practice. Please feel free to like and share this video if you're so inclined. I very much look forward to your feedback, and I hope you'll tune in for our next video on the backhand volley. So thanks again for watching, and we'll see you next time.